What is going on today, guys? Gear Jammer here, and today we are back in Forza Horizon 2 for episode 2 of Will It Drift. And today, as you can see, we are using the Cadillac Escalade. I had originally intended on doing the Bronco or the Lamborghini LM002, and I was going through my cars and saw this, and I'm like, I gotta do it, because it's ridiculous, and it'll be funny. Now, immediately, it doesn't drift. Obviously, it's all-wheel drive, and it weighs 3 tons. Well, 5,700 pounds, but close enough. Now, I get it to get the tail out a little bit, not right here, but coming around through here. You know, I hit the wall, and then I'm coming down. I build up a little bit of speed. Then I decide, you know what? I'm going to rip the handbrake. And it got the tail out. And I somehow managed to get a lucky escape. I wasn't even in a drift at the point that I got it. But I keep attempting to drift because I'm going to be stubborn. Won't do it. No matter how hard I try to throw the rear end out. So I don't attempt it very long. I somehow managed to pull on a Raptor, which I'll never understand how I pulled on it, in a stock Escalade. But I wasn't really racing it. As you can see, it got sideways, so I tried to keep it going, and I caught the tree. And I said, you know what? It's time to make some adjustments. So here we go. Starting to rain, which loosens the grip of the tires, obviously. But I'm just heading back to the festival, or not the festival, the hub, to try and get it to drift with just a couple of quick modifications. And when I say quick modifications, twin turbo, drivetrain swap. Which fails miserably. And when I say miserably, I mean miserably.
How's it going? What can I do to help you?
Excuse me. That frog in my throat was bugging me. Like I said, I threw twin turbos on it, which it added 99 horsepower, and I made it rear wheel drive, hoping that it would make it drift. As you can see, I go straight out and try to drift, and quickly fail even with it raining. As always, I hit somebody coming out of the hub. It'll slide around a little bit, but it doesn't have the torque or the power to keep it out. So it will be back to the garage to build like crazy. Matter of fact, go back to the garage right about now, because it's failing miserably, and I want the torque and the power because I want tire smoke. I just had a Simpsons moment when it came to tire smoke there for a moment. But oh well. I try to get it to drift. I keep letting out of it just to maintain a little bit of control in the rain. Back in, we fully build everything. The only things that I don't do is...
Alright, dude. Let me know what you need.
Well, obviously I don't put bumpers on it because it just doesn't look right with that tow hook hanging out the front. And that is one ugly wing. So we go to tires. Square setup, race tires. I go into the rims. I go straight into the sport style. Well, originally I went into multi-piece, and then I went back to the sports style because I didn't like any of the multi-piece. But I'm going through, and I just hit these rims and had to have them. There was no going past. It was, that's it. I check out the sizes. I look at the 23, it looks decent. 22s look too small. 24s are just too flashy for me. So I go with the 23s front and rear. And now we go into drivetrain. Which, because I had rear wheel drive swapped it, all I have to do is put in the race components. It puts in the second level automatically. Now we get a platform and handling, full brake upgrade, which the brakes look really, really tiny in this. Drop it all the way down. Put the roll bars on. And then I looked into doing a cage. Wasn't happy. Well, at first I looked at full cage. Caught a glimpse of that, wasn't paying attention. Went right back to him like, no. That's a truggy frame. Or chassis, not frame. Obviously, cut as much weight as possible because it was a 3-ton truck. Well, SUV. Whatever. In the Will It Drift series, there will be trucks. But I'm going with the completely ridiculous. It's in my garage and it hasn't been touched yet. Other than the Lamborghini. I'm going to bring that out in its built form as it is and try to drift it. And then I'm going to build it the rest of the way for drift and tune it. So there won't be as much work in the build on the LM0200. Or Lamborghini LM002. Like I said, I fully build this. And again, as in the last Will It Drift, I wanted to see what the original displacement was because I couldn't do an engine swap. 6.1 liter. Couldn't remember if I did the pistons, so I go back in and check. Twin turbo it. Race intercooler. Race oil. Put it up to 880 horsepower. And the flywheel just to shorten the shift points. And now we tune. As you can see, I go straight over to the diff and I work my way left. And it's the same setup for the build. I start right, go left. Obviously, no aero adjustments available. And like I said, I do a quick tune. I have played this so much that I know what suspension setup I like for what I'm doing. So I can quickly go in and tune it. There was a point in, I believe, the anti-roll bars where I could not see my screen. So I was going back and forth trying to get it right, could not see it, and then finally I got to where I could see the position where I could see my screen again, and everything was fine. Obviously, drop it as low as it'll go. As a matter of fact, yes, it was the roll bars. It was the front roll bars that I had this adjustment problem with. As you can see, I go all the way soft. Realize, oh crap, I'm at 1. I need to bring it up. And then I went, oh no, too high. Back down. Because with the roll bars on Horizon 2, I like to run around 10. Because it allows for a little bit of body roll but it keeps it from pitching over like it's going to flip every time. And obviously, because of the weight and the size of this thing, to get it to drift well, or somewhat well, you've got to do a stance nation move. Now, in the gearbox tuning, I've seen the max speed of this in the simulations from other people building them. I knew it was going to be 189.1. And I was trying to find that going the wrong way, and then realized, oh wait, I need to bring it over more. I bring it over till it drops down to 189 dead, and then I bring it back up one spline at a time until I get that 189.1 at acceleration. Then I bring the tire pressure down just so that as the tires heat up from the drift, it will regain, it will maintain traction for a while. Now I'm running manual with the clutch in this, so every time I try to drift, because of my tuning, I don't have to handbrake initiate. I can just grab the brake pedal. But the problem is when you're doing that, the engine completely cuts out. There's no clutch unless you hit it, and I'm running stock controller configuration where left bumper is the clutch. So it is hard to be sitting there braking temporarily and grab that clutch to drift. I do a lap, maybe 2, of dealing with that, and it gets on my nerves. So I go in and I obviously switch to just regular manual. So that when I grab the brakes, the clutch will immediately activate on its own. I don't have to do it. But as you can see, this thing with fully built, little bit of, I wouldn't say refinement, just me getting used to the car, SUV, truck, whatever you want to call it. It is a drift monster, which as you can see, I get, a little bit of control, not a whole lot because I still spin out. But with a fully modified engine, twin turbo, everything upgraded, this thing is very, very, very tail happy. Drop down to first to get back sideways and going. And that not having a clutch or having the clutch activated is driving me insane. Near miss. Yep, here we go. I switch over to regular manual so that I don't have to mess with the clutch. And as usual, I smack that wall. It doesn't matter what I'm in, I smack the wall there. It's like I am magnetized towards that wall. And as you can see, now that I'm not dealing with the clutch, and somehow I didn't lose that skill chain, I don't know how. But don't worry, I do lose it. I'm not going to get off that lucky twice. Can't remember what I hit, but I know I hit something. Kick her back the other way. Oh yeah, I hit the wall. Which kind of just threw everything off. But, you know, like I said in the last one, it's been forever since I actually played this. For a while, this was my go-to thing. Every night I was coming into Nice and I was just building drifters. I have a couple that I call the troll cars. They're never intended to drift. I will give some short videos upcoming soon of me drifting. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button. Tell me in the comment section what you thought down below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys